All right, y'all, so I have a really fun, super simple recipe for you today. It's gonna be nachos, but instead of using tortilla chips, we're gonna use little tiny peppers. So I just bought these at the grocery store. I put a little bit of coconut spray on a foil lined dish here. I've already got a few of these. I just wanna show you how simple these are to cut. So just full pepper, we're gonna cut it in half, right down the center. Do that a few times here. All right, so you can go straight through the green part, that's fine. And then depending on how big of a hurry you're in, you can either make a little triangle to get that out, or you can just cut off the top. So I'm just gonna show you these. So if you've got a little bit of the rib here, you'll see this. Just try to cut some of that out. Make sure you're grabbing all the seeds. Okay. The trick is to have a nice sharp knife, okay? So if you need to sharpen your knives, do so. That makes life a lot easier. A dull knife is actually more dangerous than a sharp knife because a dull knife is what's gonna go straight through your finger because you're having to push too hard on the knife. So just gonna cut a few more of these up. These are gonna end up going into a 400-degree oven for about 12 minutes. And while they cook, we will make the rest. So this is gonna be a spicy turkey, not too spicy, but a nice spicy turkey nacho. So that's the last one. Like I said, this has been lined with some aluminum foil. You could also use parchment paper. And I just sprayed a little bit of nonstick so they won't spray. 400 degrees for about 11 or 12 minutes. We will be back with them. All right, y'all, so again, these are gonna be turkey. So this pan is already preheated. It's nice and hot. It's waiting for me. I'm just gonna throw the turkey in and let it brown up. So you just wanna break up your ground turkey. You'll wanna cook it all the way through so that no piece is no longer pink. We're just gonna let that cook. And just a touch of salt just to get things started here. All right, this is gonna take about 5 minutes to cook. So once it is all nice and done, I will show you how to add all the spices to the turkey. All right, y'all, so as you can see, everything's all nice and brown. Nothing is pink. So this is done. I've turned the heat almost down to off. It's just about, there's about a cup of salsa in here. So I'm just gonna add the salsa. Like I said, it's about a cup. Use whatever you love. So if you like a more mild, you can use mild. If you like it spicier, then you go spicy. To this, we're gonna add a half of a teaspoon of garlic powder. Whoops. And a teaspoon of cumin. Cumin makes it a little bit smoky. And then we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of chili powder. So I have dark chili powder here, but whatever you have on hand. Chili powder should be the only ingredient. There shouldn't be anything crazy in here. This has got chilies, a little bit of salt, so nothing too crazy. And then we're just going to mix it all up. And if you have a nice chunky salsa like I did, you'll have little chunks of tomato and onion. But once it's all mixed together, you'll see it all just comes together. It forms a nice pretty color. It smells really good. So we are going to let this cool down just a little tiny bit. We're gonna wait on our peppers. All of this comes together really quickly. Once the peppers are done in the oven, everything's then cooked. We're just gonna stuff this in the peppers and then add a little bit of cheese, which is optional. You wanna keep this more paleo or Whole30 friendly, you would exclude the cheese. But as you can see, that's all we had to do. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. I would taste this, make sure you have enough salt and then pepper, and make sure it's spicy enough for your preferences. But this is gonna go sit off the heat, and we're gonna wait on our peppers. All right, y'all, so these were in the oven for about 10 or 11 minutes, not too long. You can see they're nice and pliable now. They're a little bit done. This has been waiting for me. It's been cooling off just a touch, so it's a little bit easier to handle. I'm just going to scoop just enough. Remember, these are like nachos, so a little bit overflowing is okay. We're gonna add a little bit of cheese to this. It'll help keep everything in place. Don't be afraid, make sure you have clean hands, okay? I'm just going to spend the next about 5 minutes filling all of these up, and then I'll show you the finished product. All right, y'all, so just so you can kind of see, if you're doing paleo, Whole30, anything like that, you'll want to keep your nachos like this. You're welcome to throw them in the oven for about 5 minutes just to kind of let everything get together, but they actually can be served just like this. Maybe sprinkle some chopped up cilantro on here as well. You can serve these with a dollop of Greek yogurt if you eat Greek yogurt. You could do coconut yogurt, unsweetened of course, or you can do like I'm doing. I have some goat milk cheddar cheese here. I'm just gonna top these with some goat milk cheddar. All right guys, so these just came out of the oven. Again, 2 minutes on broil. If you're making these ahead of a time, let's say you're doing a party or something like that, I would do all the steps up until the cheese. Don't add the cheese. If you need to stick them back in the oven for about 10 minutes just to warm the meat and the peppers up, do that, and then add your cheese, broil it 2 minutes before guests get there. Again, add some cilantro to the top, whatever you like. Greek yogurt is also great on top of these, so I hope you enjoy them. All right, let me know if you make these. Please subscribe to our YouTube videos below if you like this recipe and want to see more like this. Visit me on Facebook or on Instagram. I'd love if you tag me if you try this or any of my other recipes. Again, I'm Sam from Pancake Warriors. Have a beautiful day.